Hello, everybody. My name is Felicia Ross, and I am former foster youth, which is one of the several types of opportunity. It is my pleasure to be here with you today to talk to you about the iFosters Jobs program, one example of the types of programs that support opportunity youth nationwide, and how it has made a difference in my life. My path began October 2015, when I was aging out of foster care. I had dropped out of high school and had been looking for a job to support myself for 2 years. I did not see the value of continuing in school when I needed to work to live. You don't have much choice as a former foster youth. You have to be self-sufficient. After joining the iFosters program, I was able to get a job that has given me financial stability and has taught me valuable customer service skills that will definitely help me in my goal to be a youth mentor. I have also re-enrolled in high school and will be getting my high school diploma, not a GED, my high school diploma. Before I got hired at Ralph's, a large grocery store chain, I had the hardest time finding a job. I would sit in front of a computer screen for hours filling out applications. One day, my education and employment specialist at First Place for You told me about the iFosters Job program. I jumped at the opportunity. I had attended an hour-long resume and/or mock interview workshop before and went to job fairs not knowing what to do there. But I needed more support, as did the other 40 foster youth in my cohort. iFosters program was more different. We went through 30 hours of training that covered the basics, like resume writing and interviewing, but more importantly, focused on building our soft skills like teamwork, critical thinking, taking critical feedback, resolving conflict in the workplace, and effective communication. And the iFoster team called me every week to make sure that I stuck with the program. They hosted an interview boutique where I got professional clothes and a new hairstyle that made me feel confident and ready to face my interview. The last day, they called it assessment day. We all showed up in our business finest with resumes in hand. Our readiness for competitive work was assessed by professionals, actual HR people from the iFoster employers. I got to learn about the employers working with iFoster and all of the different energy level jobs they had. I was thrilled that many of them had educational supports to help me reach my career goals. I heard from other foster youth who went through the program and were doing really well in their jobs, being promoted in after a few months. Then I had a conversation with the iFoster team about what employers and jobs I wanted. They told me what qualities make successful employees at each company. Then we decided together what companies and jobs were the best match for me. Now I have choices. Once I was matched to several employers, they walked me through the online application screen by screen. They prepped me for an interview because I only needed one to get my job. When I showed up at my interview, I was ready. I was so confident in myself. When I got hired, they made sure I knew what I was facing from day one by telling me about the culture and values of Ralph's. I once lacked a lot of confidence in myself. Because of the iFosters program, I had newfound confidence. I had grown. I walked in the door certain that the job was mine that day. Foster youth don't always grow up with role models who got up and went to work every day, plotted out a career goal, or got pleasure from their job. We need support. We need supportive pathways like iFosters program into a job and beyond. It was what I needed and what the other foster youth in my cohort needed to be successful. Before I knew it, I was starting my first day. The day after my interview, I received a call from the Ralphs near where I was living. I was so excited, offering to go on the same day to do the things they needed to get me started. Everything happened so quickly. I started off cleaning the bathrooms, pushing carts, bagging groceries, and walking customers to items. I was at the very bottom of the food chain, doing all the dirty work. I began to live by what they called the 3 A's: acknowledge, assist, and appreciate. It really paid off because between then and now, I've been promoted 5 times. I set a goal to become a manager, which I recently achieved. I'm continuing my Ralph's journey as a floor manager. I love working at Ralph's because the environment is so friendly and positive. It's everything that my personality is. I took this job as a gift and ran with it. Every day before work, I'd ask myself, what could I do to be a beast at what I do? My bosses took a liking to my performance because I didn't just do what they asked, I did more than expected. That's how I got promoted so many times. It feels great to be a hardworking girl. My bosses brag about me as if I was a trophy they won. I even earned myself a nickname, OSAC Queen, which means I score really high on our customer satisfaction surveys. One of my bosses, Jose, has told me he really appreciates my diligence and my critical thinking. When he transferred to another store, he called to ask me to join him. It took some convincing but when he pointed out that this new store was closer to my apartment, I was sold. I had moved and was riding the bus both ways for an hour to get to my first store location. It's a win-win situation for us both. I'm close to their home and he has a valuable employee. And my employer is investing in me. I am invited to attend company events where I have met the president of Rouse and the senior executives who know me by my name. I am encouraged to pursue college so that I can become management. My employer even has a career development coach, Rhonda, who I work with to plan my future. I'm here today to tell you that I have had this unique supportive experience with iFoster and Rouse that has made all the difference for me in my life and my future. I am working, finishing high school, and understand how continuing my education can help me go further in my career. I hope you will see the value in supporting the Opening Doors for a Youth Act we are talking about today so more young people can have this opportunity and experience that I've had. Thank you.